Hi folks, US cash market is open 13th of August, Thursday. Good afternoon from Europe, good morning, good evening, wherever you are guys. Piotr here is Live Forex Global YouTube channel. As you can see, US cash market is open, so we are going to check the first 5-minute trading range. A little bit of the update to the Australian job market data. Well, if you remember, I've been covering this almost live. The good thing is that Aussie USD didn't close above the supply we discussed, so there was no way to open the long position. Congratulations to all of you who are long Aussie Kiwi, but the data, well, it was the great, that's what I pointed out, but huge farce, right? The Victoria with the third stage of the lockdown produced 20,000 or added 20,000 of jobs. Guys, that's some kind of the joke. So that's why immediately market, after our meeting, market rejected the data, and we've seen a little bit of the Australian dollar weakness. I'm very interesting, very curious what's going to happen. We are going to get back to Australian dollar once the first 5-minute trading range is set up here on the Nasdaq. What we are talking about the Nasdaq is the thing we trying, right? We trying to move much higher. We trying probably to revisit some important levels related to daily chart, some kind of the finishing business, as well as the weekly chart 11,327. So probably we are going to look for more stops, unless this trend line is going to hold us tight. There is a similar trend line when it comes to the intraday chart, all right? And looks like the supply is quite active here. And that's the first 5-minute trading range. As of now, 40 points. Well, could be 50, would be 0.5% would be better, right? But still we have 30 seconds to go. We will see. There are some problems at the top, as you can see. That's the cash open. So we are rather towards the US cash open instead of the new high. So pre-market stops were taken out, as you can see. Alright, we didn't get 50 anyway. What I have here, I have to switch to 30. What I have here, guys, is I've been trying to measure the yesterday rally compared to this move to the downside, all right? And well, if we are going to get back below below 11,180, well, that could short-term set up the short position, right? So again, what we want to see is the move back below 1180. Oh, now it's better. 1180, right? That's also related to the daily cash open. So this one could be quite interesting to see if we are going to get break below, right? As long as we are holding above retest of 11,230 and 250, then 11,285 and finally 11,330, right? So that's the upside targets when it comes to the Nasdaq. And if we want to eventually, because we did it like here and here, so well, if we are going to make it 3 times to the upside, then well, plenty ahead. But as you can see, this weekly 11,327, that could be the case, that could produce the stop hunt when it comes to this previous high over here, right? We'll see, we'll see. Watching carefully for now. All right, as I mentioned that we are going to get back into the Australian dollar, so let's have a look what we have when it comes to the Aussie USD. So that was, if you remember this morning, for me it was in the middle of the night, I've mentioned that if we are going to get the close above, then tiny pullback, and that could be the long setup. It didn't materialize, right? Instead, two upper shadows, few upper shadows ahead of the New York Open. That's the reaction, that's the answer to that joke, call it Australian job market, right? So that's the joke for now. Anyway, of course, the bears have to move below 71.50 to eventually reopen 71.20, 71, and then again 74 and 70 psychological level. There was a little bit of the helping hand after the Trump comment around the New York Open, not cash, but 1.5 hours before. He said that if he is going to be elected, dollar is going to be even more stronger, right? It's going to be even stronger. We'll see. There was a little bit of the reaction, quickly faded. So that's the Aussie USD. For now, I would say if we are going to see retest of this job market high, that could be faded. It could happen around the London fix. I also mentioned about the Aussie Kiwi, right? And if you remember, we are discussing that retest, if seen, right, of the daily open, that could be the long entry. Also, we were talking that it's going to be this trend line bottom, and that's what actually happened. That's why I said congratulations to all of you who are long. I would say that stop should be right here, so under 109. Not sure if you are going to see 3 candle break. I'm not sure if I wouldn't evacuate even below 109.15, right? But that's individually. You have to do your own research. You have to do your own homework, right? So that's how I see the things, and it might be short setup faster than what I thought. Just a clarification, if you remember, this morning we were discussing 109.50 or maybe 110 as a possibility to fade, right? So I'm negative when it comes to the Australian dollar, even with the neighbor, with the Kiwi dollar, right? Now we are holding the levels we discussed, so that's why we are testing this daily trend line right now, and that's gonna be very interesting what we are going to do. Maybe we are going to hit this 11,285, 300, and we might start to fade it to build the long upper shadow. But because it's 13 today, and lately, you know, the market is upside, downside, upside, downside, it's better to be very vigilant, tight exposure, tight stops, you know, very, very carefully. We are still in the middle of the summer holiday, guys, right? So yeah, some more stops being taken out, and well, if that's the case, we might see this type of the rally. Going back to majors, euro dollar broke through 1104, right? So right now, any kind of the pullback towards this level, that could be long setup with the 1915 as a target. And here I'm going to think about the short setup when it comes to the intraday trading. So closer to 18, 15, 18 level longs, and around 1915 eventually short when it comes to the intraday perspective. That's how I see the euro dollar. Dollar yen, if we are going to take into the consideration the daily chart and the possible one-to-one rally, right, like this, so then 107.50, all those stops over here, that's what my market may want to target, right? So 107.50, 107.60, and the level I'm looking to fade the dollar yen rally. In case we are going to see pullback from here, right, before we hit 107.60, I might try to think about 106.20 as a possible long entry, then 107.50-60 target, and then shorts over there. And finally, cable, we were discussing small range, right? And that if we are going to double that range, we might hit 30.80, 31.20. But also don't forget that we have the bigger range between 29.80, 30 to the downside and 31.80, 32.20 to the upside. And looks like with overall dollar weakness, we might see the top of the range to be tested today or tomorrow. And well, I would wait. I'm negative towards the pound, but I do prefer euro pound right now, and I would wait a bit when it comes to the cable. We are trying to hold after the retest 30.80, so market may want to try to clean some stops above 31.40. that will open 31.50, and then earlier mentioned 31.80, 32.20 when it comes to the cable. Of course, dollar doesn't like the case between the Republicans and Democrats when it comes to the next relief package. Of course, the supply of the debt. Also, we do have 30-year bond auction later today. Choppy market still. Wait for some kind of the extremes before do anything. I'm here. I'll be around. If necessary, I will make the update around the US cash close. Don't be trapped, guys. Have a good New York trading session and see you around.